Hello everybody, it has been a while since we've taken a look at a scooter or an electric bike or anything like that. Personally, one of my favorite categories of tech, and this is the first kind of standard electric scooter that we've been able to look at. We've looked at the Highboy Ecom just about a year ago, loved that thing, but that's more of a bike scooter hybrid thing. The scooter we have today is from a company called TurboAnt. This is the X7 Max, a follow-up to their X7 Pro scooter. One of the key selling points of this scooter is its removable battery. It sits pretty high up from the ground, which is very nice, and it's pretty lightweight with a net weight of just under 35 pounds or 15 kilograms. With a max weight capacity of 275 pounds, I'm actually able to ride this thing, but the power of the motor comes in about 350 watts, which for my size at about 250 pounds isn't the most ideal situation. But don't get me wrong, on flat ground it's going to be perfectly fine, but as soon as somebody my weight hits an incline, that is when this thing begins to struggle. My wife, on the other hand, is a normal weight. She's more than 100 pounds lighter than me, and this scooter gives her absolutely no problems at all, even under some incline, and this scooter is rated to be able to handle a 15% grade. If you're somebody who's probably like 230 pounds or higher, you're going to want to opt for a scooter that's probably 500 watts or more, but if you're a healthy weight, 350 watts should be able to do you just fine. The specific motor on this is a front hub motor, so it's going to be located in the front wheel, so it's going to be pulling you and not pushing you. It has a maximum speed of 20 miles per hour. For me, I kind of maxed out about 18, and my wife hits the 20 mile per hour just fine. And there's actually 3 different modes that you could control. There's Eco, Comfort, and Sport. And basically, like with all other electric gear like this, it's just going to set speed limits depending on the specific mode that you're on. Now, focusing on the removable battery, this has a maximum range of 32 miles in Comfort mode. Realistically, if you're in sport mode, going up hills and all that, you're probably going to get around 20 miles or so. It is a lithium-ion battery, output voltage is 36, and the capacity is 10 amp hours. And in general, charging it from basically dead to full is going to take you right around 6 hours. Now, earlier I mentioned the fact the battery is detachable, and that is a key selling point. For me, it's not a big deal. I have a garage that I could just pull this in and charge it up. But if you're somebody who needs to store this and then charge the battery inside or elsewhere, that really does come in handy, being able to actually do that. As with any other scooter I've tried out or have yet to make a video on, all of those do not have detachable batteries. And of course, another little pro of having a detachable battery is you could have multiples, ride it for longer distances, have an extra battery in your backpack, and just switch it out when you start running low. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the build and form factor, because the actual battery plays a huge role in that. A lot of the times batteries are stored in the base of the scooter, and because that's not the case with this one, the actual base is relatively thin and sits up pretty high from the ground, specifically 5.3 inches of clearance, making it easy to kind of jump off of a curb or not scrape the bottom when going over a dramatic dip. I have a separate Highboy that I'm also going to make a video on, and that scooter has a thick battery in the base, so the clearance is not nearly as good. Sticking with the build and going up to the actual handlebars here, we have the screen where you can see what mode you're in. You could see your battery level and your current speed. It has a little bell, which is nice to tell people you need to pass them. It has a brake on the left side, and the actual brake is electric and disc brake, with the brake being at the rear of the scooter. Of course, when you engage the brake, it's going to disable the motor. And one thing I do have to know, I did a braking test with all of the scooters that I currently have on deck, and this one definitely stopped the quickest out of all of them. Almost to the point it was a little too quick. It definitely burns out if you slam on the brake, versus the other ones that I've tried that have a slightly slower stop but a more stable stop. Now on the right side of the handlebars, we have some buttons. We have our power button, our throttle, which you just push that down and go. The scooter, you don't really have to give it too much of a push to get going. One push, hit the throttle, and you will be going. There is a cruise control. If you hold it down for, I think it's like 5 to 10 seconds, I'm not exactly sure, it will enable cruise control, which will keep you at the max speed for whatever mode you're in, which Eco mode is 6 miles, Comfort mode is 9 miles, and Sport mode is 20 miles an hour. That is really handy, so then you don't have to hold down on the throttle the whole time, and it will beep at you when it's enabled. and to disable it, you just hit the throttle again or tap on the brake. Now the tires are 10-inch tires with inner tubes, which makes for a much smoother ride compared to the scooters that have either the hard rubber or even plastic tires, which you'll see on a lot of the cheaper kind of entry-level scooters. If there is one recommendation that I could make to anybody looking into scooters is do make sure that you actually have rubber air-filled tires. It will make the experience significantly better. Now this scooter is lightweight, it is smaller, it's a little cheaper compared to some of them, so it's going to be a little snug. The handlebar comes in at a width of 16.5 inches, the deck length is 19 inches, and the deck width ranges from 4.7 to 6.7 depending on where you are standing. For me, having size 13, kind of wider feet, it's not going to be my favorite, but again, if you are a normal sized person, this thing is going to be completely fine. And if you can't tell by everything I've said so far, this is going to be my wife's scooter, and her review of it is very positive, and she actually prefers the kind of smaller deck size, as she says it resembles more scooters that she's used to riding, and it's a lot easier to take like tighter turns at quicker speeds. So overall, my experience using it over the last month or two has been really good. If you're looking for a entry-level scooter that's not gonna like completely ruin your bank account, this is definitely one to look at. It's really great if you have a short commute, you need to just take it to class for a couple hours, or parking wherever you go is a complete nightmare. That's one of the reasons why I started using scooters like this rather heavily. I'm just finishing up university and I will do anything I can to avoid having to try to park there. So with that, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I do have a couple more like this coming for some more higher powered, a little more expensive scooters, so do stay tuned for that. And don't you worry, I have some tech videos, some Linux and some home lab stuff coming up very soon. Have a great day and goodbye.